Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. How are you? Hope you are well. This is Muhammad Ashraful Islam, lecturer, Department of Physics, Milestone College. Today I am here taking an online class. Today I am going to discuss Physics second paper, chapter 8, and the topic of the chapter is Introduction of Modern Physics. And my today's topic of discussion is some important MCQ question. Okay, my dear student, let's start. My dear student, let's begin. The first MCQ question is, what is called the reference frames move with a constant speed with respect to each other, in which the Newton's law of motion is applicable, and that type of reference frame is called initial reference frame. So the answer will be initial reference frame. Let's see the second question. The question is, according to the theory of relativity, how does the mass change when the velocity of an object increases? And we can explain this question with the help of relativity of mass. We know when a body moves with a velocity close to the speed of light, then its mass is increases. And you know the relativity of mass is m equals to m naught root over 1 minus v square by c square. And here the mass, this is the moving mass, and this mass depends on the velocity of the person or velocity of the aircraft. And if here in that question it is mentioned that the velocity is increased. If the velocity is increased, that term, that is square root 1 minus v square by c square, will be decreased, and this term will be inversely proportional to the mass, so we can say it will be increased. So our result will be mass will be increased. This is the answer. Question number 3. If a meter scale is thrown along with its length with a speed of 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second in a space, then what will be its length? That means a meter scale whose length is 1 meter, it's thrown along with its length with a certain speed of 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. Then after that the length will be contracted. This is called contraction of length, and we know the formula to calculate the length with L equals to L naught root over 1 minus v square by c square. Here L is the moving length, L naught is the initial length, and the initial length of that object is given here 1 meter, and velocity is given 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second, and c is here speed of light, and you know the speed of light is constant, and which value is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now if we put this value in that equation, then after calculation we will get the answer 0.499 meter. So you can see the initial length was 1 meter, but when this scale moves with velocity of 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter per seconds, then its length will be 0.499, which is less than 1. So we can say the length will be contracted. I hope you have understood. Now question number 4. The question is, mass energy equation is. Mass energy equation is the very popular and familiar equation which was given by the great scientist Albert Einstein. You all know that that equation is E equals to mc square, and the significance are here: E is the total energy, m is the mass, and c is the speed of light. Now let's solve this question number 5. The question is, if an electron moves with a velocity of 0.99 c, then what will be its mass in motion? That means we know the mass of the electron in rest is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and the speed of that electron is given here, and we can calculate the mass of that electron in motion. We can apply the formula of relativity of mass, which is m equals to m naught divided by root over 1 minus v square by c square. Now if we put the value m naught, this is the stationary mass of electron, which is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31. V is the velocity, which value is given here 0.99 c, and c is the speed of light, which value is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So after calculation, that expression 64.5 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Here you can see the mass of electron is increased when it is moved with speed of 0.99 c. Hope you have understand. Now question number 6, and the question is, at what speed a rocket have to move so that its length become 1/4? That means the moving length will be 1/4 its initial length. So at what speed should the rocket have to move? We have to apply the formula of relativity of length, that means length contraction, and we know the formula is L equals to L naught into root over 1 minus v square by c square. Now here in that condition they say the length, that means the length in motion will be 1/4. That means we can write L naught divided by 4 equals to L naught into root over 1 minus v square by c square. Now from the both side, this L naught will be cancelled out, and if we apply here square in the both sides, so we will get 1 by 4 whole square, and 1 by 4 whole square means 1 by 16, and we have remained here 1 by c whole square, and if we change the position of 1 from left side to right side, it will be subtract with this expression, that is 1 by 16 minus 1. Then finally, after calculation this equation, we can calculate the value of v, and that value will be v equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And after calculation, that expression we can calculate the velocity, and which value will be v equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power v equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power 8, and its unit will be meter per second. So this is the answer of that question number 6. I hope all of you have understand. Now let's see the question number 7. The question is, the mean life of a particle is 30 into 10 to the power 8 second. If the particle moves with a velocity of 0.98 c, then what will be its mean life in motion? That means this time, that means this mean life is given in the stationary position. This is the time for stationary position, and we have to calculate the mean life when it is in motion. and we know the formula to calculate the time, which is t equals t naught divided by root over 1 minus v square by c square. This is the relativity of time. We know when a body moves with a speed of light or close to the speed of light, then the time will be delayed. And now if we put the value t naught is given 30 into 10 to the power 8. V is the velocity, which value is given 0.98 c, and c. Then after calculation this expression, we will get the result 150 into 10 to the power 8, and its unit will be second. So this is the answer of question number 7. I hope all of you have understood. Now question number 8. The question is, if an object moves with equal velocity of light, then what will be the changed respect to the initial reference frame? We know the formula to calculate the time is t equals to t naught divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Similarly, we can also calculate the moving mass, which is m equals to m naught divided by root over 1 minus v square by c square. Now if we put the value of v, which is equals to c, so these two expression will be cancelled out. C will be cancelled. We get here 1 minus 1 will be 0, and you know, if we divide something with 0, then it will be infinity. The result will be infinity. So we can say that time and the mass will be infinity. So the result will be time t equals to infinity and mass of that object will be infinity if that object moves with a speed which is equals to the speed of light. Next question, question number 9. The question is, the clock goes slowly in a moving reference frame with respect to the initial reference frame. It's called time dilation. So our answer will be time dilation, and it is also called the relativity of time. And when an object moves with a speed close to the speed of light, then the time will be increased. That means the time will be delayed with respect to the moving reference frame. Now let's see the question number 10. The question is 1 AMU equals to what kg? First we have to know what is the full form of AMU. The full form of AMU is atomic mass unit. So if you want to convert one atomic mass unit to the kg, you have to multiply it with 1 AMU equals to 1.66 into 10 to the power inverse 27, and it's converted into kg. Let's see the next question, question number 11, and the question is, who was given the idea of special theory of relativity? We know the great scientist Albert Einstein was given the idea of the special theory of relativity. So its answer will be Albert Einstein. Now question number 12. The question is, the moving mass of an electron is 3/2 times of the stationary mass. The question is, what is the velocity of the electron? And we have to apply here the formula of relativity of mass, and we know the formula to calculate the relativity of mass. That means the formula to calculate the mass of moving mass, which is m equals to m naught, this is the stationary mass, root over 1 minus v square by c square. And here moving mass, that means m is 3/2 times of m naught. So we can write here 3 by 2 m naught equals to m naught root over 1 minus v square by c square. So from the both side we can cancel this value. Now if we reverse this equation squaring in the both side, then we can write v by c whole square equals to 2 square means 4, 3 square means 9, and here the 1 will be subtracted with this expression. Now if we solve this equation, then we can calculate the value of v easily, and the value of the velocity of the electron will be v equals to 2.24 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So this is the answer of question number 12. Question number 13, and the question is 1 MeV equals to what joule? MeV means mega electrovolt. 1 mega electrovolt is this is the unit of energy, total energy, and we also know there is another unit of energy which is joule. So we have to convert mega electrovolt unit to the joule unit. Let's see how can we convert it. First we can convert mega electrovolt to electrovolt. So what we have to do, 1 mega electrovolt equals to 10 to the power 6 electrovolt. Now if you wants to convert electrovolt to joule, you have to multiply it with the number of charge, and we know the number of charge is 10 to the power 6, number of charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power inverse 19. So if we calculate these two expression, then we will get the result 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 13, and its unit will be joule. So this is the answer of that question. So we can say 1 mega electrovolt is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power inverse 30 joule. Now let's have a look at question number 14, and the question is, what is the mass of an electron having kinetic energy 1.4 into 10 to the power 5 electrovolt? That means here kinetic energy is given, and we have to calculate the mass of the electron, and we know the formula to calculate the kinetic energy is E equals to small m naught into c square. Here m is the moving mass and m naught is the rest mass, and c is the speed of light, and we can calculate the mass by using this formula. Now if we change the position of this equation, then we can write here m equals to E divided by c square plus m. If we simplify this equation, then we can write this, and here E is the energy, which value is given here 1.4 into 10 to the power 5, 1.4 into 10 to the power 5, but this energy is given in electrovolt unit. We have to convert electrovolt unit to the joule unit, so that we have to multiply it 1.6 into 10 to the power inverse 19 divided by, we have here c square. We know that c is the speed of light, and value of the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole square, and we have remained here m naught. What is m naught? M naught is the stationary mass of electron, and we know the mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power inverse 31 kg, and after calculation this equation, we will get the answer 11.59 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Now let's see the question number 15. The question is, what is the equivalent energy of mass 4 AMU? That means atomic mass unit. And we know the formula to calculate the equivalent energy is E equals to mc square. Here mass is given for atomic mass unit, and we have to convert atomic mass unit to the kg. We already discussed it, so we can write 4 atomic mass unit equals to 4 into 1.66 into 10 to the power inverse kg, and here c is the speed of light, and we know the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole square. So after calculation this expression, we will get the energy, equivalent energy E equals to 9.35 into 10 to the power 8 electrovolt. So this is the answer of that question. And the final question of our today's discussion is, what is the rest mass energy equation of Einstein? And we know this is the knowledge based question. You have to memorize this answer. The answer will be E naught equals to m naught c square, because we know the stationary mass of an object is m naught, and for this the energy will be E naught, and the equivalent formula of the equivalent energy will be E naught equals to m naught c square. So this is the answer. That's all for today. Thank you for your patient hearing. If you have any query, then you can ask your subject teacher. Stay safe, stay home.